Hello, today I'm going to demo for you FinanceSheets and show you how you can use it to quickly build a sales plan and a rough funding plan. So here I have sample company put in. At the beginning of the first month of the fiscal year, we have 50 employees. The total MMR beginning of month one is $300,000. The average ARR of existing customers at 72,000 and the average ARR of new customers at 76,000. The ARR increased upon renewal is 5%, and then we can go ahead and change the exit ARR. For this little bit, we'll change it to 33% and have the annual churn. We'll keep that at 20. And then we can go on to the next. So here we have the reps that show a quota of $750,000. Sales rep OTE at $200,000, a VP of sales over quota cushion at 25%, along with sales ramp up times as you hire sales staff, and then also along with sales support staff of showing down below. So to remind you of the purpose of this video, it is to build a sales plan and a rough funding plan, so then you can go and raise money, or if a board member is asking you a question in a meeting, you can answer the question of, if I gave you $3 million, what can you accomplish with it? Or perhaps you're getting ready for a sales plan exercise and you need to help frame a strategic or financial questions. So for this part, let's assume the gross margin, we'll change that to 55%, and let's also go down here and keep the cash on hand. Let's change that to $500,000. So at this point, the sales plan is set up, and there's also additional budgeting options available that we can speak about in a free consultation. I'll mention more about at the end of the video. So at the dashboard here, we can continue to see information that we maybe remembered me putting some of this information in at the beginning, and you can also make additional changes as needed. So right now, thinking about 33% ARR, that really isn't going to be that attractive to some VCs and investors. So if we were able to increase that to 60, and let's say there's additional changes to the product that you're able to make that makes the customer want to increase, they're willing to increase upon renewal, so we can increase that to 10%, and we can even go down here to the churn rate, and let's say that with those changes we are able to also decrease the churn rate. Before I make the change, I want to point out here on the dial that it is pointing to the red, and this means that if you look at the key metric, you aren't making enough to sales or net revenue, and so the losses do not cover in the net churn. So if you increase the expansion rate and decrease the churn, then now it's green as it goes ahead and updates right there. So then that's a way you can easily see how well we are doing. And here's some marketing budget as well, if you recall that, and we can also do sales. We can increase the quota. Let's say it's $900,000 and increase the OTE to $210,000. You can also change this support staff for them as well, along with the gross margin, and also we increase other full-time employees. So if we do 60, 80, and 120, and also change their compensation information. So, and then cash on hand beginning of the year is $500,000. So with those changes here, we can see then quickly the information we want to know. The main thing here is we can see that is $6 million negative, and so then we know the amount of funding that we need to go get, and then also the sales plan of adjusting the employees, so then we can do the scenario analysis that is required to do in these forecastings. So what I covered was one of the few but many features of the app. There's other things that we can go over at a later time if we want to set up a free CFO consultation, and they can walk you through the app in more detail and also speak to you about how they can apply it to your organization. Thank you for your time.